Hey, Mike. How you doing today?
I'm doing amazing.
That's beautiful. Good. That's good. So we're bringing people into the Access 21 podcast. The idea is, we have a Podbean account at Access 21. So why not use it, right? And talk about some of the current events and the thing that's happening around community engagement here. So to introduce myself, I'm the director. My name is Tariq. I'm the director of membership and community engagement here at Access 21. And Mike, you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm DJ Mike Carleone. I am a resident of the Charlotte-Mecklenburg area. I've been here for 7 years, originally from New York City, but like a lot of people, I'm a transplant, and I have developed the Southern soul that y'all come with.
Wait a minute,
you're not from the South either, though, right?
I guess Baltimore is up south.
From here, but it's still south from where I'm from.
Everyone, I'm like, everyone from New York is like anything below Virginia is the South. Like anything below like South Jersey.
Yeah, exactly. Anything past Atlantic City is south. Right? So you get to Maryland, Baltimore.
That's hilarious. When I was a little kid, I've never been to Atlantic City, but when I was a little kid, the adults would go to Atlantic City to get the saltwater taffy.
Oh yeah, that's always been a thing. They sell that at every beach now because
the saltwater taffy. Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, because we had dirty beaches in New York, right? Come on, Coney Island. Who's really jumping in the water in Coney Island, right? Like, come on, that's crazy. But I did appreciate just having that so many different cultures coming from the city.
Yeah,
that helped me to understand that it's not just about this race or that race. Like you can all get along together, and it definitely shifted my perspective on where I grew up at. You know
exactly, what I mean? And New York would do that. I feel like LA is like that too. I spent half my childhood in Los Angeles, and long story short, when I was in junior high, we put up a mural of all the flags of all of the different type of kids who were at the school. We painted 50 flags on that mural.
Wow.
Everyone was there.
And this was when you were in
Laos, when I was in junior high. Laos, El Salvador, Armenia. So that was a good contrast to see different types of cultures.
Yeah, absolutely. That changes your perspective, right?
It really does.
It's not just you and your community. Other communities have their own traditions and ways of doing things. And by being like, you are literally exposed to all of that culture, and that really does help shape and shift you as a human.
It does.
But we could go on and on about this. Why are we here? Let's get back to.
Well, let's talk about some
I appreciate you having me.
Of course, Mike. Let's talk. About some of the things that we're doing around Access 21. So this is our first podcast, and what we'll do is we'll have this monthly where we update the Access 21 community and the community at large about some of the things that are happening in community engagement at Access 21.
Yeah, see, I think that's really healthy because we are in a day and age where everybody's podcasting. Yeah. Somebody has something to say, whether it's of value or if it's about current events or what's going on with some TV show or what have you. You know what I mean?
That's true.
I like this concept, and I appreciate being invited to be in the inaugural podcast edition for Access 21 because I know the value that Access 21 brings to the community, right?
Definitely.
To me, it's important for people to know who don't have access to Access 21 because they're not, like we talked about, they got cable or they're using streaming services. So no one's just shifting the channel to see that Access 21 has some type of programming that could resonate with you.
Exactly. And a lot of people don't even know we exist.
Of course, because they're watching Netflix.
Mm-hmm. They don't know everything that's here.
Yeah, so I think this is, I feel like it's another outlet and another channel to let the community that you guys service know that, look, these things are available. Like if you never knew about podcasting and you want to learn and you're a resident,
exactly,
you really are wasting valuable time going to one of these gurus, going online where somebody tells you how to do something when you got access for basically free.
Yeah. So to clarify, we have 2 TV studios here. We have this podcasting room that we're in, and we have an editing suite that doubles as a music studio.
So you got music production as well.
Yeah. So the music production started most recently.
Was that your brainchild, or because I know you got a music background?
Well, I do. Actually, I told James, who's the operations manager here, who you know, and I was just talking about music, and he was like, "Do you want to teach a music production class?" I was like, "Yeah." So we got the equipment. It's been very popular.
Yeah.
So we did it the first time, and that was interesting, teaching that. And then we're going to have the second one starting at the beginning of July. Actually, next Monday.
Oh, wow.
Believe it or not.
Yeah, I saw that on the bulletin, on the calendar.
Yeah.
Like you guys got a whole calendar of events, classes, all of these different available opportunities to learn a new trade. Because to me, I look at it as a trade. It's marketable. You can take that and run with it.
And speaking of learning new things, I've learned and am learning how to use Canva.
Oh, really?
Do you use Canva?
So I use the free version. I'm not going to lie. I know I'm missing out on some of the additional features that comes with it, but I've got like a overall feel of it, and it really is very user friendly. I mean, I've created flyers. I've done promo flyers because I'm a DJ. So some of those things come in handy as opposed to outsourcing them and paying someone to do my flyer. If I can get a little creative, then I could do my own flyer, which I appreciate Canva for.
Yeah, and I'm not advertising Canva, but I will say it's a great tool to use that I'm learning. And a lot of the studio coordinators have a lot of technical knowledge, right?
Yeah.
So I've been doing these behind the scenes videos that I edit on Canva and that I post.
That's where all the magic happens, right? Behind the scenes.
Yeah. And I expressed that I wanted to make these videos at least kind of professional. You know, I'm an amateur at this.
Well, yeah, you're a novice.
I'm new
Yeah.
at the video side of art, and I wanted to make these videos, but make them quality enough that it will be worth posting them to social media.
Yeah, for sure. Because obviously you take what you've learned from that, but not only are you learning, but you're passing that knowledge along to the members, right? Everything you learn, you're willing to teach.
Well, yeah, but with Canva and video editing, I'm still learning. So I don't know that I could teach it.
Yeah.
But it's great. I mean, it's like the whole idea of editing. And what I also learned is that you can cartoonize pictures on Canva.
Yeah, because there's so many. They have so many different. What you call them? It escapes me now. But you can change the face, the colors.
You can animate the font. Yeah. So I've put about 2 or 3 behind the scenes videos out, and it's fun. It's fun. It's great.
If you're a creative and you're into that, then that's another opportunity for you to kind of tap into your creativity.
Because one of the tutorials I looked at said, someone might not look at 200 pictures from your vacation, but if you put it into a picture video and you sync it with music, they're going to watch those pictures because it's part of like one coherent production.
And social media is compartmentalizing and compressing a lot of things. So the attention span for a lot of people, some people won't even read a full paragraph on social media on a comment or anything like that because it's too long. And then you got TikTok, which is 15-second clips. So that is quick stimulation for people. So sometimes they don't have the patience for a whole album full of vacation pictures. But it's great that there's a way where you could compress that and at least highlight some of the dope moments on your vacation. You kissed a dolphin.
Exactly.
Wow,
and make it fun to look at. So I'm working on this Super Friends interview where there's 4 ladies who took training here together recently.
Why do they call them the Super Friends?
Well, it's in the Super Friends video. When they actually used the podcasting room and talked about their origin stories, the Super Friends. And they get into that in the video. But what I wanted to emphasize is like the presentation where I took pictures of them and I cartoonized, like, and it's called animify, like make them look like anime characters.
Yeah.
So they look like anime characters, and I'm going to post that to social media and say, hey, tune into the Super Friends interview at this time. But what I'm talking about how, like, there's so many powerful tools in media that I wasn't aware of. And when I saw you could turn a regular picture into a cartoon.
Just blew your mind.
Yeah, it really did.
I've seen, like, of course, you see social media, people have cartoonized themselves. And what the latest trend was people putting themselves in a packaging like a doll or something like that.
Yeah, I saw
you
that.
ever seen that? Like,
I've seen
where
it.
Everybody has their own little thing and then package themselves up in a plastic Mattel box or something
Yeah, I've
like
seen
that.
that.
So
Yeah.
it's so many new features. It really is about tapping in. But
It really is.
let's get back to tapping into Access 21. Give me some of the things that, if a person has never heard about Access 21 and what Access 21 offers to Charlotte Mecklenburg residents and surrounding area in the Charlotte Mecklenburg area, what is it that they can tap into at Access 21?
I think not only is it, so even though people are kind of cutting the cable cord, to me, it's still nostalgic and interesting to be able to make your own TV production, right? And the training that you get to learn how to do a production, I think that's very valuable. I think if you're a young person, this is where you can come to learn certain skills that you can apply later.
Yeah, I agree for sure.
Yeah. And then some of it might be nostalgic, like I was saying, where it's like, oh, yeah, you know, like, I want to make a TV program, and there might be a novelty. And I think it could appeal to young people, again, with that novelty of, you know, I can make a nostalgic, old school program. I think for me personally, again, it goes back to learning. It goes back to me learning these new things. And like I'm talking to a friend of mine, and I'm like, Canva this, Canva that. And he's like, oh, yeah, I'm working on a documentary. And now I have the vocabulary to be able to speak with him about this documentary that he's
You
making.
learned about the jargon or how some of that stuff
exactly.
in the back end operates. Like coming here, like learning about upper third and lower third and all of these production terms. To be honest, I would have never known that if I didn't seek what you said, right? You want somebody who you can learn, right? So I sought the knowledge by coming here because it's obvious that if you come here, you're going to learn something. So I've been a member since 2023, and I came on a production class because I was interested in learning about the behind the scenes part of it, right?
Yeah.
Because I realized that everybody can't be in front of the camera. You got on camera talent, but there's so much surrounded lighting, production, the back end part. Like after the production and the recording is over, you still got editing and all these things that you guys offer here is so valuable at a minimal cost. Like people go to college and pay tuition for the stuff that you learn here, and there's so much value, tremendous value that I learned that I wanted to find out what else I can learn, right? So to me, it's the perfect place for people who are seeking knowledge and want to forego their careers or jumpstart their careers in production, video programming, podcasting. It's so many things to offer. So I really think
I agree.
It's really great, man.
So also with the music production, so it's a 4-part course that I teach. So there's 4 classes in that course. Excuse me. The 4th class covers music theory, right? I'm not trying to hit them over the head with music theory. And I explain to them, like, I don't really expect you to master music theory in this 1/4 class. I'm giving you a reference manual, right? So this is something that when you come back to doing more producing, you'll be able to refer to this information, and it's like your own crib notes or whatever.
Yeah,
Like
absolutely. Because it's an intro at the end of the day, right?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's an intro to music production.
What can one expect to gain after the 4-week pro? Because you said it's 4 weeks?
4 days.
4 days.
Yes.
Spread
within the month.
Within the month.
Yes. Or within a time span of about a month.
Got you.
So it's like 4 Mondays. There's in the middle, there's a Monday where we don't do anything because that week they're going to have one-on-one meetings with me in order, like if they need attention or they have questions, blah, blah, blah.
Got you.
Yeah.
Oh, so back to my question. If I wanted to join this class, what is my expectation after it's done? To have a better knowledge
So
of...
the goal of the music production class is to be able to make a track on a basic level.
Yeah.
Right. Now, a lot of what we do today is influenced by hip hop. So coming from that perspective, like what I'm teaching them is more like hip hop, R&B based, because that's what I know. But it doesn't mean they can't use the information to make like a techno track or
for sure.
They can make a country track. It really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But my background is more...
You're giving them the basic tools to be able to make an arrangement, right? To make a musical arrangement of sorts, how to break down track, ad-lib track, vocal track, music track, whatever the instruments are. So that's valuable knowledge.
Well,
what program?
I think it's valuable. What program is it? It's
Ableton?
PreSonus Studio One version 7.2.1, I think they're at now. They keep upgrading it. But
always upgrade it.
It's been upgraded like 3 times since it's been at this music studio. But the idea is just like to give people a basic foundation in music production. I don't expect like them to make Pete Rock.
Yeah,
level.
Absolutely. You're not going to leave here and you're going to be the next Timberland.
Like Pete Rock, Dilla, like you're just making tracks on the level of Jay Dilla.
But listen, I'm not going to hold you. Sometimes that's all a person needs is that spark, right? You giving people that spark will lead someone to going home and maybe not going to sleep for 12 hours because they are really interested in working on it. So that's it's kind of back to my point. I'm not to cut you off, but
no, it's okay.
It really is a place where you can learn about what you're passionate about, right? If you want to be behind the scenes or in front, it still gives you both of those options, whether it's production, podcasting. We've got people in the studio right now that's helping us out with the sound. So shout out to Althea and Julia, right?
Of course.
Because if it wasn't for them, it's hard to do all of this just with us, right? It takes all of this different
it's a team process.
Knowledge, right? And one person has to be great and an expert in this. One person has to be you know what I mean? You can't do it all by yourself. So you learn all the aspects here is what I'm saying. I appreciate that.
Also, that makes sense. Also talking about how a lot of people don't know we exist. So I started working here I can't remember. Anyway, I've been here a couple years. It hasn't been that long, but it's just, anyway, the point being, when I first started working here, they said they needed to have more visibility in the community. And I asked them if they table. Table meaning when you go to a festival and you have a vendor's booth, people stop at your booth and you give them the pitch.
Yeah.
And you might have like some swag you give the information about your station or your business, and you might have some free swag to give them.
Yeah, you give them a koozie or something.
Yeah, so we started out with cups, Frisbees, and pens.
All useful things that you could use.
It's funny.
Great marketing.
It's funny because I think the first tabling was at Paws in the Park in Pineville.
Yeah, so you need Frisbees for Paws in the Park.
Yeah, the Frisbees were small Frisbees for pets.
Yeah.
And we just kind of kept those. And then a few weeks ago, now we have keychains and we have sunglasses.
Oh, y'all stepped up the swag game. Major.
Yeah.
So do I get a pair of sunglasses for being on the podcast today?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
That's what round of applause for Tariq.
They are rainbow sunglasses, so
I don't care. I mean, I like bright colors. I don't care if they're rainbow.
I don't know. Harlem might be like.
Come on, Cam.
I'm joking.
Well, pink. So if you're from Harlem,
Cameron did wear pink on that. What was that record?
I mean, it wasn't just a record; it was his lifestyle.
But he was on the cover of a
pink fur coat.
Yeah, but
dog.
it was
he had pink everything.
He was on the cover of an album though, wearing pink.
Yeah, it was. I believe it was "Come Home with Me."
I guess so. I'm trying to remember.
But I would Google it or whatever. But obviously, we have to come back on the next episode. Do a correction so we know what album Cameron was on with the pink.
Didn't Fat Joe, wasn't he wearing like a he had the TS chain?
What we talking about album covers now or what?
No. He had on some pink.
Some pink? Well, yeah,
Fat
pink.
Joe.
But what I'm saying is Cameron made it cool for men to wear pink in Harlem.
Yeah.
Or just in the surrounding area. Now, pink could have been a thing maybe in the Ivy League, where they got the collars up and they tie the sweater around their neck kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Pink is it's accepted, but in Harlem, were looked at as a little weak if you
was wearing pink.
But shout out to Cameron because he definitely changed the game about pink. Now they got pink Air Force Ones, pink this, pink that. And it's cool to throw on a pink polo.
That is dope.
And be fly.
So I'm having a lot of fun at these festivals. So it's been everything from Juneteenth, the Do-Rag Festival.
You went to the Do-Rag Festival?
Mm-hmm. Not this year, but last year.
Oh, because that Do-Rag Festival is dope.
Yeah, I wonder what it was about. Like,
it's a big party with people that just come with handmade do-rags. Their own designs.
I'm like, what is
do-rags hanging down to the floor like a veil? Like, it's crazy. It really is.
It's wild. So there's been a Pride Fest, Do-Rag Fest, Juneteenth. Mentioned Pinemo's Paws in the Park we've been to. We've been to Pineville, Arts in the Park. Where else have we been?
That's great, man. I love
the Legacy Fest, West Boulevard Neighborhood Coalition Legacy Fest.
So let me ask you this. Have you, because most businesses, they put a number on customer acquisition.
Yeah.
Have you seen any results from your efforts tabling?
Yeah, yes and no. So I think the conversion might not quite be there. Like there's not like a one-to-one correlation of people signing up to become members. But I think it increases visibility is the value added. One person came to me at the Day of the Dead Festival. I was trying to remember. They came to me at the Day of the Dead Festival, and they were like, hey, yeah, I remember you from the Do-Rag Fest. And I was like, okay, thanks.
You know what? I just had an idea. I had a dope idea. So there's a lot of things that are incorporated here, from visual aspect to production aspect to post-production, including podcasting. With your tabling, have you ever considered having maybe the members, a crew, come with cameras?
Yes.
Because, cameras attract people and they're like, wow, what are they doing over there? It must be important.
So what happens is I handle the vendor booth side of things, and James, the operation manager, handles the covering of the festival.
Yeah.
So, for example, at the last Pride Fest, not only was I there tabling, but staff was there as videographers recording the highlights. And we had a member.
So did y'all have like a
host.
DSLR? What kind of camera? Like
I don't.
The only reason why
I
know I'm asking you technical questions, but here's me. I'm the average person coming to the festival. I'm at Pride Fest. We're having a good time, and I'm walking by, about to go to a vendor, and I look to my left and I see Tariq with this table with all these buttons, cups, and rainbow sunglasses. But also, it's a camera crew, not the old school. I'm using that as an analogy or whatever. But like, if I see that something's going on over there, and I look at it like, oh, that's just a little regular camera. He got an iPhone. You know what I mean? But if it's like somebody with some type of professional looking equipment.
It was.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm more apt to stop and be like, hey, what they got going on over there?
It was.
Because I wouldn't just walk by that because I'm a creative, and it kind of speaks to my heart like, wow, what they creating over there?
I feel like it's fun because, again, I do the tabling side, but watching what happens on the production side is fun as well.
Yeah.
Like we had at the Pride Fest I was talking about, we had a member who was like a volunteer host for the production. I believe her name was Anisha. But the point being is, it's fun. It's fun.
What's fun about it?
It's just, for me, I know I keep repeating this, it's the learning part for me. Because I've done tabling before. I've done community engagement and like community organizing mainly. Like I've done community organizing before. I've been on campaigns before. But I've never really like, oh, okay, that's what that is. You know, like you mentioned DSLR camera. Like, and I think for the first 6 months, people will ask me technical questions. And I'm like, I don't know. I do community engagement.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, what if people do come to me with technical questions? Maybe I should be able to answer some of them. So I can't answer. I don't have the ability right now to answer everything.
Who does though, right?
But at least now I have a better understanding. Like I know this is a roadcaster and what a roadcaster does.
Like that? You know for real?
That's wow. Why'd you put that one on?
Because it's not labeled and I don't know yet. And this is the first podcast episode. Maybe we'll start labeling them and then I'll know exactly which one. Oh, the green one. What is that? Who knows? Press it and find out. Once again.
But the point being is tabling is a good experience. I've met a lot of good people who are also being vendors for their businesses, and just the whole idea of how tabling is a good part of your marketing plan. And again, it's not like a lot of people just come and sign up because of that. It's more like they recognized the logo, they recognized the brand.
Yeah.
Because they saw us
because you saw this one and saw us at that one.
Yeah.
So
now, a few people...
Brand awareness, right? Brand awareness.
It's awareness, visibility. And a few people have joined after seeing us but it just it's not like it's, 65 people join. It's like a handful of people join.
Listen, one person at a time, right? It starts with that, and then that's how it spreads, because then that person tells their circle,
exactly.
Wow, look what I've learned here, look what I'm doing. And then they become interested if they're in that same realm of wanting to be a creative, because I feel like this is great for creatives. How many members are here at Access 21,
That's a good question. I don't know the answer to that. I will say I've had conversations where when the pandemic hit, the membership dropped because they couldn't come in person to do shows.
Changes the engagement.
Yeah. So we're still trying to get it up to pre-pandemic levels, but I don't know the exact number of people who have shows here right now.
Okay. Well, I'm glad I'm asking these impromptu questions.
No, it's not a problem.
No, I said it's impromptu question, right? Because we didn't have like a template, like we said. We just wanted it to be organic. So as you're talking, I'm engaging and I'm really interested in, a lot of those questions that I may have asked you before off the podcast. I'm just trying to bring it up for the new listeners, the new people who wants to know what we have to offer here at Access 21.
So I think another idea, a way to look at Access 21 is of us as a community media center. I've heard that phrase often from some of the other staff members, community media. So in that vein, one of the things I want to do is start a young filmmakers club.
Oh, wow. That's nice.
So I've reached out to the community and I've got a couple people interested in this. So there's the Creative Cornerstone, and then there's also the Independent Picture House.
Have you thought about partnering with one of the school organizations like CMS or something like that?
Yes, but we have to kind of start small.
Before you launch it out, so it's like
because I've reached out to a number of organizations, but they all haven't picked up on the idea. But the Independent Picture House has picked up on it, and the Creative Cornerstone. So what's going to happen, I think it's next week.
Oh, wow. I like that.
So what's going to happen is...
What's the age group?
Like 13 teenagers.
Okay.
So...
Give them something to do.
What's going to happen is, the concept I was explaining to the Independent Picture House Creative Cornerstone is, the Creative Cornerstone has a summer camp. They have the kids already. Independent Picture House and Access 21 has additional resources that the kids could be introduced to. So they're going to tour us, Access 21, the summer camp, and they're going to tour the Independent Picture House.
No, I love that. I can see I can remember being in summer camp when I was younger, taking tours of businesses, organizations, not just museums and doing the stuff that we did at summer camp, but it was more like we did a lot of creative arts things, and that helped to shape me and my love for arts.
Exactly.
It absolutely is a great idea. So the kids will come and just kind of get like a little tour and...
Yes. So for us on our end, they're going to come here 2 days. The first day they get a tour, and then the second day they get more hands-on, experience. So that should be interesting.
Okay, I love that, because that segues me to when I first did the production course here. And the production course was held in, I believe, Studio 8.
It is.
And I was kind of in awe, just kind of staring around, looking at, they got props, they got all these different things that you can use to set your scene and set your production. And they had different curtains, and the 3 cameras was something that I've never seen from my TV screen, right? So kind of seeing that, it's like, wow, this is how it really works, and knowing what camera 1, camera 2, and all these kind of how that functions. What if someone wanted to? How could they sign up? Like, how could they be a part of Access 21?
Well, to become a member,
is there criteria?
Yeah, so it's membership based, and the membership itself is based on geography.
Meaning?
So if you live in Charlotte, the geography affects the cost of your one-time membership fee. So if you live in Charlotte, it's $25 for the one-time membership fee. Mecklenburg County outside of the city of Charlotte is $65, and people who live completely out of Mecklenburg County is $100. But the people who live out of Mecklenburg County, they cannot produce shows and content, but they can volunteer, and they can be...
they can still take courses,
take training,
production, and everything.
But it's geared mainly to Charlotte-Mecklenburg.
To Charlotte-Mecklenburg. So specifically geared to Charlotte-Mecklenburg area. You have access to...
Yeah, and I think that's why they call it local public access. Yeah.
Local public access, which obviously benefits the local community.
Of course. So just wrapping up what we were talking about, the Creative Cornerstone. So the Young Filmmakers Club, we want to launch that at the beginning of the school year. So we'll have the summer camp come here and they'll participate. And then we'll revisit that and kind of like figure out how that went. And then after that, we'll see if we can actually start the Young Filmmaker Club's meetings when the school year starts.
That's what it's all about, man.
So
it's all about
let's segue. So another idea is the open mic. Remember, I'm talking about us being a community media center. So from being a poet and being a musician, I've seen really great open mics. So we're going to start our first open mic here on August 1st, because this is the first Friday of each month at 7 here at the studios. And we have a host, Kalen. Hopefully I'm not butchering his name. But yeah, he's a really great host, and we're going to get that started and bring people in so they can kind of see what we have, but also contribute to the community by providing a platform for artists to perform at the open mic here as well.
So is that going to be like a production, like to where we can be viewed on Access 21, or is it just kind of like a in-house kind of thing to kind of get the community engaged?
That's what James asked me. So I think at first we'll start it off like it's just this attraction.
Yeah, like a hub for creatives.
Yes, but then if it becomes really popular, we could record it and put it on as a show.
Yeah,
but for right now, I just want artists to get
to just come
interested.
and gather, and
musicians and poets and even comedians or whatever.
So I'm a poet myself, and I have a great circle of friends that are also great, amazing poets. Some of the best poets in Charlotte and beyond.
Yeah,
and any poet just wants to express themselves.
Exactly.
So like even today, there's a poetry open mic night today. And it's hosted by a good friend of mine named a poet named Superman.
Yeah, I know him.
Yeah, so you know a poet named Superman, he has one of the longest running open mic nights for poetry and creatives in the Charlotte area. And I'm going there tonight. And this is something that I could take to them and say, hey, Access 21 is doing an open mic night on the first Fridays of every month. Can you guys come and, you know, if you guys want to come and express your talent and just let's turn this into a community? Yeah, I would love to do that.
That's great.
Are there any other marketing initiatives to try and draw the attraction to that?
So, well, we haven't really launched the marketing because July 4th is the first Friday, the next upcoming first Friday. So if we put it out now, people will say, oh, you're having one on July 4th. We're not. July 4th is a holiday.
Yeah.
So we're going to put it out on July 7th, and then we'll launch the flyer and put it on social media so they don't get confused and think it starts in July.
Yeah, I like that. I like that idea.
Exactly. So we'll also have a feature.
A feature artist?
At these open mics, there'll be a feature. So at the first one, cross my fingers that it all works out. But we're going to have Nemo Sum from Guerrilla Poets as the first feature.
Talk about great poets, for sure.
Yeah, Nemo is amazing. His micro poems, like, you won't be disappointed.
No, definitely.
So not only do you get to participate in the open mic, but you'll have a feature. You get to see other artists showcasing their work.
Yeah, but
then you might,
somebody like him,
an attendee might want to become a feature.
Him coming is going to bring his circle.
Exactly.
Right? He's probably going to share it on his socials, and that'll attract more people. Because at the end of the day, it's about member engagement and attraction, right?
Not only that, and also, again, the idea that I keep getting reminded of us being a community media center.
If you could put a polarizing statement about Access 21, or like, what's the Access 21 mantra?
I don't know if it's a mantra, but the phrase I keep hearing is, so I'll hear things like, don't just watch TV, make TV, or we're a community media center, or we're a media hub. Like, these are phrases that are being repeated and kind of are influencing the way I'm looking at community engagement.
Yeah, for sure. I like that. I like having those kind of strong points to just go right to the meat and potatoes.
Exactly. So the other thing is, I'm researching internet radio right now. So it's just an idea right now, but it would be interesting if we could, again, Community Media Center, if we could provide a platform for local musicians to have their music heard. Right now, it's just an idea. It's, pie in the sky.
Yeah.
But it would be great. So I'm doing research on that, on like if we did have internet radio, like how would that work?
Yeah, how would that work?
Streaming
it's a serious undertaking.
Yeah.
For someone to do that along with whatever else you're expected to do in your daily operation.
Well, no, it's not hard. It's just that there's a lot of information out there. And, I'll say, oh, let's do internet radio, but it takes a lot of research.
Yeah.
To learn how internet radio even works.
And you're going to do that and learn Canva as well at the same time?
Yeah. Like, that's what I'm saying.
You can't be a one-man band.
No, I mean, it's community engagement, community opportunities to express oneself.
Yeah.
Ways, like I was saying, don't watch TV, make TV, how to make art. So that's very interesting for me. It's fun. It doesn't feel like a lot of work.
Well, it definitely seems like you're really passionate about what you do with Access 21. And that's what, to me, that motivates me because you continue to come up with new ideas to engage with the members, not only just attract members, but keep the members that are here engaged, like what we do, member meetups, right? Let's talk about that.
Well, I will say before we talk about members meetups that every idea I have is not original. And I do want to give credit where credit is deserved. At the end of last year and the beginning of this year, I reached out to the other public access stations across the country. I found a list and I contacted the majority of them. I wasn't able to reach all of them. And they were very helpful in explaining to me how their engagement program works, some of the things that they do. So like internet radio, for example, is not my original idea. It came from these conversations with some of the other.
I get that. You learn from the people who's doing it, and then you try your best to incorporate that into what you got going on.
Exactly. But what was the question?
I forgot.
I'm sorry.
See, he went off the question and then going to ask me what was the question.
Sorry about that.
I told you it's off the cuff. There's literally nothing written down. I'm flying off the top of my head. But
this is great. The last thing I did want to talk about is the mural that we want to put up.
So the mural here at the station. Where's the station located?
So we're at 613 Calvert Street, Charlotte. Zip code is 28208.
It's like off of what exit is that on
70? So I believe it's the Moorhead exit.
Yeah. So you get off on Moorhead.
77
and Calvert. So here's the thing. If you come in Calvert, you could drive right by it.
Yeah,
literally.
You really can.
You gotta, as soon as you get off the highway, you gotta look to the right and you got to make that quick turn.
And it's so crazy because Calvert's a dead-end street, but that dead-end street, and has nothing to do anything, but I didn't know that was a greenway right there.
Yeah, see, this is as far as I've gone on Calvert Street.
Calvert
I've never
dead
been any
ends.
further than this station. Then I just go back out that way. Right? I promise.
Calvert dead ends into a greenway. I had no idea.
So I might have to just keep going that way and see what it is.
Yeah, walk the greenway.
Just explore, right?
It's crazy.
It's what life is about, exploration.
But the thing about the mural is the idea, so the building was recently painted. It was like eggshell white before, and now it's gray. So we were batting back and forth the idea of putting a mural, because there's two buildings for people who might not have been here before. Right. And there's a space on one of the buildings that we're batting back and forth the idea of putting a mural. Now, there are rules, there's zoning rules.
Yeah.
The city has requirements, but it's something that we want to do. And I'm very excited about that because I know visual artists and I know muralists who would do a great job. So I'm just waiting.
That's what I was going to ask you.
Biting my nails. When are we going to do this mural?
Thought of who would you do to commission it? Would you try to make it a collaborative effort with several different artists that
would be awesome, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think that would be
awesome.
That would be super awesome to get several different artists to incorporate into one. Obviously, not all over the place, crazy mural, but with the same message or the same premise with the painting. I think it's a great idea.
I think a mural would be very attractive, especially if it fits with the existing character of the community.
I think it's absolutely perfect because now when you drive around the community and you go to certain areas like Noda and you go to these one-off areas and you just see a mural out the blue. So they're embracing the creatives. There's so many beautiful murals in Charlotte. They have a mural tour where you can you can go on a personal tour on your own, and it gives you directions. You can map it out where you go to all these different murals. And we actually did that. We went downtown, uptown, not downtown, but uptown, and it gave us all these different murals and certain artist renditions and sculptures. It's pretty dope.
I didn't know about that. I knew that Philly.
I would love to take you.
That would be awesome.
Yeah,
I know
sure.
that Philadelphia has a mural arts program, the Philly Mural Arts Program, where you can tour Philadelphia and see
so many
murals.
dope artists that have been commissioned to do buildings, sides of walls.
In Charlotte.
Yeah, and you'll walk right by it and even know it was there. I promise you.
I didn't even know.
Yeah,
I know a lot of visual artists, but I didn't know that there was an actual tour.
I love that. I love the idea of incorporating that here because it really is all about the creatives and people coming together collectively to make something beautiful, right?
And I think that's the vision of community community media, driven by members, is the content is driven by people. And we can start to wrap up, but
I want to wrap up real quick with I can't emphasize enough the cost factor of becoming a member here and the benefits that you get for such a minimal price that most people don't even know or understand. Like, you paying pennies on the dollar for the knowledge that you can acquire and get. If this is what you want to do, this is the perfect place to start if you're in the Charlotte, Mecklenburg surrounding areas, because what you said is $50 for...
So the one-time membership fee is $25 if you live in Charlotte, $65 if you live in Mecklenburg County outside of Charlotte, and $100 if you live completely out of Mecklenburg County. And people who live completely out of Mecklenburg County can take training and they can volunteer in other people's productions, but people out of Mecklenburg County cannot produce content. So that's the limitation.
Let's be clear. You cannot, but you can still take advantage of all of the learning.
You can still learn.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You can take learning what full production is and then you proceed to improve on your career or whatever your destination is. But I love the fact that $25 a year.
No, it's a one-time fee. One-time fee.
One-time fee. And all you have to do is show up and prove that you want to be here, so to speak, right? Because if you don't show up.
So one member said, we do these Simpac Spotlight shows where we interview members about their productions, right? And one of the members who was being interviewed said he loves it here because the people here want to be here. Mm-hmm. You know, it's not like grade school where you have to be there.
It's all voluntary.
Yeah, you want to be here. So I think that's a great thing about this station.
I think the great thing for me is having a community of creatives that you can learn from, bounce ideas off of. Mm-hmm. I love the concept of people who you didn't meet before, but they're working on camera 1 and somebody's working on camera 3 for you. It's a collective effort, and you build relationships that can be long lasting, and you can be on a production together or have something brand new spark from both of your common interest of willing and wanting to learn.
And we could wrap up, but I think that's what happened with the Super Friends, where they met, the 4 ladies met in training, and they became kind of like an unofficial cohort of friends, and they're like really helping each other through that journey, through that production journey.
That's dope. They've probably created a sisterhood amongst each other.
That's what I'm saying.
Based on their own common interests. And that's why I wanted to know the Super Friends. That's pretty dope. So shout out to the Super Friends. I really can't wait for what else they have to offer and what's next to come with Access 21. This has been it's been a great opportunity to learn a little bit more about what you guys got going on, Tariq. And I appreciate you having me because it does give me some motivation to attend more workshops and be more actively involved with what you have going on, and it really does. Good. It means a lot to me. So, in closing, you have any remarks or anything you want to say?
No, Mike. Thanks for coming out and co-hosting. Hopefully, we'll have you back here next month. We want to do this on a monthly.
With this.
Permanent.
I thought that's what this was. Obviously, it's a trial run, but I was interested from the get-go. And
it's good.
I think we could take this to as far as it can go to get more people understanding and being interested in what Access 21 has to offer.
Yeah, and like you said, everyone's doing a podcast these days, and it's just good to really be able to talk to someone about some of the things that we're doing here, and hopefully we can do this on a monthly basis.
Yeah, for sure. We're trying to shoot this for the first Wednesday of every month, right?
Mm-hmm. We'll be taping the first Wednesday of every month, so we'll put it out shortly thereafter.
Yeah, shortly thereafter. Mm-hmm. Well, how'd you think the first episode went?
It went great.
Talk to the people with camera 1. What you think?
I don't know. What am I supposed to say? Yeah.
Well, I feel like it's been a great experience for me. I've taken the podcast class here as well. So this is the second time I'm in the studio. First time was unofficial. This time was for something that I find to be really meaningful, and we definitely urge to invite the community members, even outside the community, to come and see what Access 21 has to offer. I think in closing, you say what? This has been a production of the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Public Access Corporation, Access 21. I go by the name of DJ Mike Carleone. It's my boy,
Tariq.
And it's been a pleasure.
Thanks so much.